Welcome to yet another PYQ on essays. This time we have picked up this topic from 2024. There is no path to happiness, happiness is the path, right? I chose this because a lot of you struggle with this kind of a abstract topic because although we do understand this really well, we don't sometimes know what to write. We get stuck at the beginning, and we don't know which direction to go, how much to elaborate, things like that. So let's figure out how to build detail and how to keep a overall structure and storyline in this essay. So let's look at our keywords first. Our keywords clearly are happiness, path, so some sort of a journey, destination. We have to just prove that this is not a destination, it's a journey. We have to talk about things such as mindfulness, and I would even throw the concept of happiness versus success, material success. So these are some of the keywords that we will base on. But how do we develop our core argument? Let's try to make some simple statements first, and then we'll begin from there. The first statement that comes to my mind is that people confuse success and happiness, right? So we have to make a distinction that some people chase, or most people chase material success, and they think that when they get material success, that they will get happiness. But happiness is something different that we have to establish first. The second thing I would say is that happiness is a mindset. So happiness is not a particular outcome, it is not a particular destination, but the way you feel about things. So it is not contingent upon external achievements, but it is how you interpret reality inside your mind. So what happens? Why is this a problem? This is a problem because people forget this fact because of their daily grind, right? The daily grind, we go through motions of how do we get through the day, and we do variety of things, job, family, travel, this and that, and then we are always so outcome based in our thought process that we, in finishing tasks, we forget to have experiences, so therefore we don't get happiness. The fourth thing, in connection from the third point, something emerges that why we are like this, right? So why we are so centered towards material success, outcome of tasks as against experiences. This is because of cultural dimensions. So what are the cultural dimensions? Culture could be of two types here. One is a collectivistic culture, which is community based culture, and individualistic cultures, right? So individualistic culture, you can say that this gives a lot of emphasis on personal achievements, whereas in a community the emphasis is more on experiences. So I think this is a cultural aspects, Eastern culture versus Western culture. And here you can start taking some examples. You can talk about Zen, you can talk about things such as Eudaimonia, which is a Greek concept. You can talk about Wabi Sabi from Japanese culture, which is also related to Zen in a way, and so on. So there is, I think, a bunch of examples that you can take here in terms of collectivistic thinking and individualistic thinking. But remember, all of Western society is not purely individualistic. There are many things such as Stoicism, and even the work of Sartre will give you an impression of how they were also thinking about this happiness being a path and a way of life. So don't start blaming Western culture and saying Eastern culture is the best, but give examples of how they're treated differently. So this is the 4 points. The fifth point I would say is, focus a little bit more on modern challenges. So while we have a daily grind point here, but I think this begs the question. This is all about why are people in the modern world not happy? So you can write things such as social media, reels, and how everything is about grabbing your attention or giving you a hyper experience in your living room. So you lose touch with nature, you lose touch with your community. So I think you should focus on that. And then the last one I would say is talk about happiness surveys, right? There's a lot of happiness surveys that you must have heard about. You must have heard about Bhutan's national gross national happiness, and you see the Scandinavian countries come up quite a bit in terms of the happiest nations. So talk about how human beings and nature, when they live together and community lives in harmony, that experience gives you happiness, and that itself becomes your way of life. So definitely talk about that. So I would say these six will give you the necessary ammunition to write this essay. Remember these examples. They should be enough to drive home the point. In fact, I will cover Wabi Sabi in detail in another video, but definitely look it up and read up, do your research. Don't rush into writing, as I say always. Focus on the topic, the treatment of the topic. Do your research, do your reading, write down the core arguments, and then figure out what is your strategy to write this essay. So have some planning around your essay writing activity, and your essays will look a lot better. And join me in our Telegram channel on t.me essays with Edukemi to learn more. We also have a self-paced course for essays that we launched on our website. Do look it up. It is a 4-week-long course that delves into all of this PYQs and a lot more techniques that you need to excel in essays. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, watch our channel for more. I will see you next time.